window. A Marshot Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction, Chapter 3. Eventually, the awful singing and aimless driving has the fruitation. They spot a little night market in a small valley. It only takes one exchanged look, and Chat Noir slows down the car and parks it so they can explore. Truthfully, Marinette hasn't ever been to a night market, and based on Chat's nervousness, he hasn't either. Getting out of the car, Marinette can hear chatter from the market, and even the laughter of kids. It seems like a ton of fun. They exchange a nervous look but head through the tents with vendors selling fresh produce. "Hello, are you new in town?" the homegrown carrot vendor asks with a kind smile. Marinette's eyebrows raise in surprise. Chat Noir even blinks at the woman in shock. "Yes," he replies seconds later. "We are. Just visiting. And we saw this night market." The woman's expression is warm and friendly, and it makes Marinette feel less like an outsider and more like a new friend. She appreciates it, and she is sure that Chat Noir does too. "I didn't recognize you. We are a small town. I know each and every one of the people here." The woman motions to the entire market. "We have markets nearly every week, and it is the highlight of everyone's day and week. It is wonderful that you've come to visit us. Dare I say it was fate?" A kind, amused smile flickers onto her face. "I'm Agatha. What are your names?" Marinette smiles. "I'm Marinette, and this is..." She pauses to think for a moment. Out here, so far away from Paris, most people don't know who Chat Noir and Ladybug are. And even if they did, Agatha may have already recognized him. However, because she didn't, Marinette assumes that she's in the dark about the Akumos and Hawkmoth. "Chat Noir." Agatha gives her perplexed expression and opens her mouth to ask about his name. "At least, that's the name I know him by. He's a superhero, and that's his name. I don't know his real name, and I don't think he's supposed to tell anyone either," Marinette explains, flashing a nervous smile. Agatha nods understandingly. Ah, yes. You must keep the mystery to get the girl?" She winks, and it makes them both blush madly. "It is the oldest trick in the book. It is so because it works. I'm sure taking her out for a late-night adventure works as well." She laughs. Marinette takes a deep breath and is unsure of what to tell Agatha. Chat Noir is in no way trying to woo her or anything. They're just two friends who just so happen to be up during this nice summer night, and for some reason, both need to leave town and do something new. "Oh, we're just friends," Chat rushes out. Agatha looks at him with skeptical eyes, but nods nonetheless. "Understood," she says. "Do you enjoy our little market? We aren't a big town, and nor do we have the fanciest food, but it's grown and made with love. Hopefully you two will find your way back here soon after tonight," she continues with a welcoming smile. Marinette is hit with a wave of a grandmotherly feeling. Agatha is like a old granny with open arms and warm cookies and milk. She's open and kind and wants them to feel like this is their home too. "Thank you," Marinette says graciously, bowing her head slightly. "We're from Paris, so this is a nice change of environment for us. I don't hate it though. It seems quaint and nice and tight-knit." "We do try to be," Agatha says. A customer comes up behind the duo to bag produce, and Marinette and Chat Noir move away so they can speak to Agatha. The former greets them by name and collects the carrots without even asking what they need. She flashes them a smile and motions for them to continue walking around and explore. Just like Agatha, the other vendors are friendly and kind. They're polite and welcome them to try their products that are special and unique to their stands. Marinette feels a swell of something in her heart as the night goes on. It's such a different environment from Paris. Back home, it is busy and it is bustling, and it is the perfect place for a person like her to dream of having a career in designing. Here, in this little town of which she does not yet know the name of, there isn't anything flashy or big about it. It's a small circle of people with the same old things with little change as it seems. But there is such a strong sense of community in it that she hasn't felt since her college classroom years ago when they all tried to protect each other during the first Akuma attacks. As time went on, they grew busy and apart and a little apathetic. Honestly, Marinette really misses the togetherness they used to have as 13, 14, 15-year-olds. And here she's getting that same feeling of being with people in a loving manner. The kids all know each other, and the vendors are friends with the buyers. It's small, but it's a full town. I like it here, Marinette admits to Chat Noir as they walk through. So far, they've only bought 2 things: freshly baked pound cake and some homemade sweet potato fries. They're both delicious. I feel like there's such a life here. Me too, Chat nods, taking another bite of cake. Everyone here is a family. Wouldn't that be nice? If all the people in Paris were one big happy family every single week, he wonders. It'd be one heck of a miracle, Marinette laughs. Definitely. He sighs, and Marinette looks up to the sky. She sees stars. She sees so many stars. Back home, it's hard to see them because there are so many streetlights lighting up the world and buildings that never rest. Can we sit down? Marinette asks softly. Chat stops his walking but acquiesces. They sit in the grass. It is slightly damp and seeping into her joggers, but she doesn't care, and it's almost nice. Her room has been so perfect in temperature and humidity. The annoyance of slightly damp grass is making her feel less robotic. Look at the stars. Have you ever seen so many stars? I sure haven't. There haven't been any clear or dark enough nights back home, she mutters. They look like sprinkles, Chat comments. Marinette drops her head and laughs. I mean, you're not wrong, she admits when he huffs at her. This is really nice, though. Looking at the stars somewhere so far away, but with a sense of family. Heck, I have no idea where we are, or what it's called, or how far away we are from home, but I've not felt this wonderful in such a long time. Out of the corner of her eyes, she sees Chat Noir's ears move in worry. Really? Yeah, Marinette says. The grass is damp, and it's making my clothes a little bit damp too, but you know what? I don't hate it. This entire summer, I felt so robotic. I feel so strange inside, like all the life has been sucked out of me and I just sat in my room for hours on end designing things that I didn't even like or watching TV shows I didn't care about. I didn't feel like myself. It was as if I wasn't feeling anything at all, so I just laid in my room waiting for something to happen. She closes her eyes and breathes in the air that smells like dirt and fried food. And then you threw rocks at my window like a crazy person. Because, yes, I'm bringing it up again because that's a crazy person move. But then you asked me to do something and suddenly all of those empty feelings are gone. I feel like myself again. I feel alive again. Honestly, Marinette didn't even know she had so much locked inside of her, but after tonight and letting it all out, she feels so much lighter and so much better. Maybe there won't be any more sitting awake in her room late into the night with wishes of a sleep with good dreams. Maybe she can finally rest now. Wow, I had no idea you were feeling like that, Chat breathes out. Marinette lets out a sharp laugh. I mean, how could you? It's not like I have your number, and besides, I didn't even know I was feeling like that until just now, she tells him. I knew about it, but I had no label. I'm glad I could help you, even if I didn't realize it before, Chat says sheepishly. Yeah, thanks for that. We really need to figure out what this town is called, because I think it's my safe space now, Marinette jokes. Chat laughs and agrees. We could ask Agatha. Oh, she'd tell us and make us promise to come back soon. I'm not opposed to the idea. Excuse me, you're not the one driving. Marinette hums, opens her eyes and sits up to face Chat. I guess you're right about that, she says. My parents would have so many questions as to why I would want to take a bus out here or be driven out here. And I'm not quite sure I want to explain this to them, she laughs. Then why don't I teach you how to drive? Chat offers. Marinette looks at him with an incredulous look. I mean it, he laughs, and she is suddenly more skeptical. If you know how to drive, you can borrow a friend's car or something, or rent a car or I don't know. You can say you just want to learn to drive and come out here by yourself. He puts an arm up in surrender. I'm just offering the idea for you. Please don't attack me. She rolls her eyes and smiles. I wasn't going to, but if you're offering to teach me, I might just take you up on that. I'd love to learn how to drive if you're willing to teach me, Marinette says honestly. On the rare occasion that she's been in Adrian's car, her mind had been captivated with the prospect of driving. Since Ferris has such mild weather, walking has always been her main transportation option, or farther away, the train, of course. But she's heard of many people around the world, or even Paris, loving the ability to drive a car and do things on their own. Oftentimes she's wondered if she'd like driving as much as other people do. Yeah, I'll teach you. The roads are empty, so even if you don't know what to do, we won't die. He pauses and thinks for a moment. Probably. Marinette scoffs and hits his arm as she stands up to follow him to the car. Shut up! I said, probably we're not going to die from you driving. As it turns out, driving is a little bit scary and a lot harder to pick up than she was originally expecting. One would think that you just brake and then go a bit faster and then brake some more. Apparently, that is not all of it, and even braking correctly is taking a lot more time than she expected. I feel like this is going too fast, Marinette panics. It's going at 10. You're not gonna die, Chat says, laughing. She has no idea how he's being so calm about it. One would think that teaching someone how to drive is terrifying because they don't know yet how to control anything, but here he is, practically having the time of his life. It's too fast, Marinette cries out, braking. The vehicle lurches slightly, but it's not as bad as the past couple of times she stopped. Chat Noir is still giggling and clapping for her. Improvements! Shut it! Marinette takes a deep breath. It is terrifying to drive, but at the same time, it is so exhilarating to go faster. Even though Chat says that 10 isn't fast, it feels that way to her, and it's making her feel alive, and God knows she'll take that. Feeling like a greedy street cat fighting for food. I think I'm gonna tap out. Are you sure? Very, she cries, and Chat laughs some more, motioning for her to put the car in parking. She does, and when she's back in the passenger seat, she thinks she can finally feel her face again. A sigh escapes her. At the same time, final puffs of chuckles escapes Chat Noir. Marinette groans annoyedly and swats at his arm. It only succeeds in making him laugh even more. It wasn't too bad, he tells her. She responds and grumbles. We can try again some other time. No, let's not. She's adamant. Okay. He thinks she'll change her mind. They continue driving, and soon the market is far behind them, but the feeling it left in her chest is still there, strong as ever. Marinette stares out the window, appreciating all of the views that she can or cannot see. Driving made her feel alive, but so was staring at the dark and nothingness outside of the car. You know, I should probably thank you again for coming with me, Chat Noir says. Chat Noir, he may be my superhero identity, but he feels like my real self. He breathes in deeply. Honestly, my real out-of-suit person. I'm stifled. I'm free, Chat Noir. So thank you again for being free with me, he says, his green eyes flickering to look at her blue ones. Marinette laughs a bit. You don't need to say thank you again, but yeah, anytime. She feels so alive, and he feels free, and she can't stop thinking about how this night could possibly get better, but there are more hours in this night, and more things to do, and see, or maybe feel, and she wants to experience it all, even if it's as scary as driving a car.